Hello, hello. I am really excited today because we just entered my favorite season, which is why you might notice a new background, because the only place in my apartment that makes sense to put a Christmas tree is where my desk normally is, which is where I normally record. But today we have my little Christmas village in the background. We're diving into one of my favorite seasons. It is the holidays. Yes, I've already bought and wrapped some gifts because that is how insane I am. But don't worry. While I do celebrate Christmas and New Year's, and that's what I believe in and celebrate, this video is applicable to any holiday that you might celebrate: Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, winter solstice, and anything else. Basically, you can make this uniquely yours. I will be referencing what I do, but I'm going to teach you a method for planning around the holidays so that you don't go a little bit crazy. And I just wanted to make sure that you know that everyone and their traditions are welcome here. So grab a cozy drink. Let's get organized for the holidays. I don't really have a cozy drink with me right now because I'm going to be talking the whole video, but you can do that while you watch it. Okay, if we haven't met yet, my name is Isabel, and on this channel we talk all about embracing your weird in order to build a better brand, business, and life. Now, I like to kick off the holiday season, the holiday planning, let's say, in November. Now, for me, it's the perfect time because before I go into the whole, I have all these events to go to and I have all these things to do, I get to sit down and plan ahead. Does that mean you have to do your planning in November? Of course not. But that is what I like to do. You can start whenever is best for you. To keep everything in one place, I use a dedicated Notion board that I created just for holiday planning. Stick around to the end to hear how you can get that. Having everything from events to gifts to people to things to do in one place makes the entire holiday season just easy peasy, breezy, easy. If you don't use Notion, a planner works, a notebook works, a piece of paper works, as long as you don't lose it. But let's get started to what I actually do. Step number 1, we're gonna write down events and activities. If you use a calendar, there is one in the Notion board, but if you use a calendar, whether it's paper, Google Calendar, or anything, add those events to the calendar. Now, you might know that you have some events that people haven't told you about, but they usually fall around a certain date, right? Like, my husband and I usually throw a Christmas party for our friends, but because his schedule for work changes so much, the actual date changes, but we always try to do it around the 21st. So for now, I'm gonna block off the 21st or the 20th because I know it falls on a Friday and a Saturday for that event. But in my Notion board, I'm gonna put it as unconfirmed, right? Once I confirm the event, it'll pass to the confirmed events section. But when I talk about events, I'm also talking about activities that you want to do. So this can include driving around the city to look at Christmas decorations on people's houses. It can include Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or it can include things like, this is the day I want to do all my gift shopping, for example. I want to go out to this special place that makes the best hot cocoa ever. I want to go and buy my tree at this date. Any activities that you want to do, we're putting them in this section. Now, I also like to spend time researching fun events happening in my area. I, for example, am a sucker for like a Christmas craft fair. I tend to buy a lot of gifts there. I love supporting small businesses, and you can just find the most unique things there. And so I look for like what Christmas fairs or craft fairs are going on around this in November and December around my area so that I can add those as well. Now, why do we start with this? Because these are the things that will have very specific dates, and it is the thing that will make the rest, or will block off the time so that you know what time you have available to do all the other stuff. So that's step 1. Step 2, we're going into gifts. Now, not every holiday has a gift or a card necessary, so if the holiday that you're celebrating doesn't include gifts or cards, you can just skip this step. But for me, for Christmas, yes, it does include gifts and cards. So first thing I do is I make a giant list of every single person that is going to get a gift, a card, or any sort of detail from us. And this includes family, this includes friends, this includes friends' kids, this includes neighbors, this includes my vet, for example. We rescue dogs all the time. I'll talk to you more about that in a bit. But we rescue dogs all the time, and we have 3 rescue dogs of our own. And so our vet is really a key person in our life. We love him, we love his wife, and so every Christmas we always take things both for them as the owners of the place, but we also take some things for their workers, some sweet treats and stuff. So things like that. Any person that you need to send a card to, any person that you want to buy a treat for, even if it's just a box of chocolates or a small detail, goes on this list. Now, if I already have ideas for what I want to gift to that person, I also have a column in the Notion board to jot down those ideas now. If I don't have ideas, then I can just brainstorm a little bit later. Also, you might want to add a budget to this. That really depends on how you do your holiday planning and how you do your gifts, but you might want to have a budget or at least some sort of idea of how much you would like to spend on that particular person. If you're enjoying this video, I would love to know in the comments what your favorite holiday activity is. I personally love finding a new cozy Christmas book and reading it. I also love, my husband and I have a tradition with our little village over there. We buy one house every year, and every year we pick a house that kind of has to do with something that we did that year. And so it becomes like a token and a memory of something really special for us that year. So this year it's that one, which is like an observatory, like a star observatory. And it has to do because we went to Colca Canyon here in Peru in September. And one of the things that we did is every single night we sat by the fire and we looked up at the stars, and we just spent like all night looking at the stars and talking. And so the Observatory of Stars really like took that special moment and represented it in a little house. That's one of my favorite traditions. But let me know what yours are in the comments. Okay, step 3, we're gonna brainstorm those gift ideas. For those still on my I have no idea what I'm gonna get you yet list, I'll spend some time brainstorming. There's people in my life that I will ask if they have a wish list for. For example, one of my closest friends lives in the UK, and I know that she has wish lists for her kids. And so while I always know what I want to get her, sometimes I struggle a little bit more with what to get some of her kids. And so I'll ask her, hey, can you get me a wish list? Can you send me the wish list that you have for your kids? And based on that, I might buy something from the wish list, or it might just give me ideas of what I can get them. I'll also ask in or check in with mutual friends for suggestions. Let's say if you have a friend who's dating someone and they just recently started dating, but you know they're gonna be there on Christmas, so you do wanna get them a little something, then, you could ask your friend, hey, what does your partner like and enjoy? So again, just brainstorm some gift ideas. Also, one of the reasons I like making the list of people first and then the brainstorming of the gift ideas is because sometimes there's a gift idea that can apply to more than one person. For example, this year, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but there is a particular gift that I got for myself. And I'm also getting it for 2 other people because I know that they would love it as much as I did. And so it's also an easy way to see, oh, wait, I could also get this person this thing because you already have the full list of people made. Step number 4, we're gonna brain dump the tasks. Okay, we have the events, we have the people, and we have the gift ideas or card ideas. Now we need to brainstorm the tasks that are associated with all of that, AKA buying the gifts, AKA wrapping the gifts. When are you going to gift the gifts? Or ordering the gifts if it's online to send them to people who live far away. For the activities, right? If you're just going to Christmas craft fair, you might not have a task for that. But if you're planning to invite people over like we do to decorate your home for Christmas, then you might need to buy some food or cook some food. You might need to buy a Christmas tree if you do buy a natural one to decorate. You need to buy the tree in order to be able to decorate the tree. So all of those little tasks that we need to do in order to get the things done for the events that we have planned and for the people, right? Brain dump all of those tasks. One thing about the Notion board, again, is that those tasks, the place where you have to put your task list, you can associate it to a specific event and you can associate it to a specific person or a specific gift. And so that makes it really easy to see, oh, I actually need to get these things done this week because I need to get them done before this event, that kind of thing. Now, remember, this is a brain dump, so also include things that you like and enjoy. The holidays have become kind of stressful, and I think it's because we bring that stress onto ourselves. We don't want it to be stressful. That's why I start planning early, because it means I get to enjoy more. I'm not in a rush on the 23rd of December to buy a gift last minute, and I'm just like settling for something that I think the person might like. No, I'm buying the gift and wrapping it before the 15th of November because I found something that this person is gonna absolutely love, and it's done, it's out of the way. And now I can go looking for the next gift on my list. Also, include tasks that you enjoy. On my task list is to find the Christmas book that I want to read this year because I haven't started that yet. It's to watch some Christmas movies. I have to make hot cocoa bombs, and then I also have to like invite friends over to decorate gingerbread cookies. Like, there's a lot of tasks that are just enjoyable. So, step number 5. 5? 4. 5. 5. Step number 5. Holiday inspiration. Now, I have a Christmas Pinterest board. I also have a wrapping and gift idea Pinterest board. I do a lot of things with Pinterest. So one of the things I'll do after I've done my initial brain dumps is I'll go into these boards and I'll look to see if there's anything on them that I want to do or I want to take into account. So that might be a recipe I want to try, it might be a craft that I want to do, or something like Christmas decor related or an activity. Anything that sparks my interest gets added to that task list or that activity/event list. Then my last step is to organize, or my next to last step is to organize my recipes. I love cooking and I love baking, and around the holidays is when I do it the most. And so I have, again, a space in that Notion board where I can jot down all the food. Now, not just food that I want to make, but also food that I want to buy. So for example, I have a friend who also rescues animals, and she sells brownies to pay off a lot of the expenses for the animals. So around the holidays, I try to order a lot of brownies from her so that I can help her out more, because I know that in Peru specifically, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in Peru specifically, the holidays is when most dogs and cats are abandoned. And so sadly, it is a reality that her expenses do go up around the holidays. So do ours as independent rescuers. And so all that extra help helps in a way. So I have a little tag on the Notion board, whether it's something I want to cook, something I want to bake, or something I need to purchase. And then the final step is kind of the step that nobody likes to do, but it is really important and it does make my life easier, and it is to add deadlines to everything. So assign due dates to the task, assign the due dates for the tasks associated to events, for gifts. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily need to, not everything is going to be for the 24th of December, right? If we're having a Christmas dinner with our friends the week before Christmas, then the gifts that we have to get for them have to be ready the week before Christmas. Or, again, bringing this little gift up, my husband's sister is in town. She lives in a different country. She's in town this week, but she's not going to be here for Christmas. And so I had to get her gift and wrap it early so that I could give it to her this week and not wait until Christmas. If somebody lives far away and you're going to order it online, you might want to do that in the beginning of December instead of during the hustle and bustle, so that you can ensure with delivery dates it gets there in time. So due dates are important. They help us prioritize what we want to focus on each week. And there you have it. That is how I plan the holidays. I know that not everyone celebrates Christmas. You might have different traditions, or you might celebrate multiple holidays. But the beauty of this process is that it is super adaptable. No matter what you're celebrating, even if it's just birthdays, right? You just need to ask yourself these 5 questions. What are the events and activities that I need to participate in? Who are the people I am getting gifts, cards, details, things for? 3, what will those gifts, cards, details be? 4, what food am I buying or making? And 5, when do these tasks need to get done? What are the tasks and when do they need to get done? Answering these questions can help anyone, regardless of what holiday they're celebrating, stay organized and enjoy a stress-free season, which is what I wish for all of you and for myself. If this process resonates with you and you'd like to try it out for yourself, I've got great news. I'm sharing my exact Notion template for planning the holidays. It is available for just $1. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, I was going to share this with you guys for free. However, it is going to be available as a pay as you can, pay what you can for a minimum of $1 because 100% of the proceeds are going to go to paying the expenses for our 2 current rescues who are looking for their forever home. We have Wayoyo here and we have Cricri. Wayoyo thankfully is healthy, but we are paying, of course, for his shelter, his food, and vaccines and flea medication, that kind of thing. Cricri, however, we rescued her just a month ago, and she's still in recovery. She had a flea and tick disease called Ehrlichia in Spanish. I'm not sure what it's called in English, which she's now gotten over. Thankfully, she had an ear infection that she's gotten over. She had an eye infection that she's gotten over, but she still has dermatitis, and she also has a tumor in her private parts that we're still getting checked out to see exactly what we need to do, but she will probably need some chemotherapy. So 100% of the proceeds for the Notion template, if you're interested, will be going towards those 2 rescue dogs to help us pay for the expenses. So not only will you get a tool to help you plan your holidays in a stress-free way, but you'll also be supporting a great cause. And you can find the link for that in the description box below. I hope this inspires you to start planning the holidays, whatever your holidays and traditions may be. Let me know in the comments if you're a fellow early planner like November and early decorator, or if you like waiting until December to actually start all of this planning and decorating for the holidays. I'd also love to hear about the traditions that you celebrate. And as always, stay wild, stay weird, and I'll see you in the next video.